Browsing and learning to use the internet is, yes, one of the easiest and funnest things to do today. A click here, another click there, and we can be anywhere. You can meet people from around the world. Hi! Read amazing stories and histories of the past. Ooh. And even have a glance of what may be seen in the future. But remember, using the internet without proper guidance and enough knowledge can also be one of the scariest we can ever imagine. Ooh! Imagine going on an online trip, seeing the beauty of the place, when suddenly, potential scams pop up and block your way. Scams? These are dishonest tricks used to deceive people, and we don't want that to happen to any of us. So, be your own hero online. Be internet alert. If it's too good to be true, then it's most likely fake. Fair exchanges shouldn't ask for your personal information. Always think twice or ask for the assistance of your parents and guardians before accessing a new site. Be on guard for possible phishing that will ask you to log in and give your important personal details. Whew! That was close. Good thing I am internet alert. Remember, any effort to steal your information may be a form of scam. So always trust your intuition and distinguish what's real and what's fake online. This has been your online hero, Ma'am Jennifer, reminding you to beware by being aware, keep your learning safe, and don't fall for fake.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Okay, so good afternoon to each and everyone. Ayan. So welcome po sa ating again Friday today, October 8, 2021. So dahil Friday ngayon, it's mathematics day for today. So as of the meantime, ako muna ang inyong makasama ngayong hapon. Ako po si Tutor Andre. So in behalf of Tutor Prince. So marami siyang ginagawa ngayon. Kaya for the meantime, ako muna ang inyong makasama ngayong hapon. Okay? So bago ko muna i-present ang ating lesson for today, hayaan nyo muna akong pagbigyan para naman i-congratulate natin ang ating mga tuties of the week. Ito po yung mga sumagot sa ating math problem homework last week, yung week 3 po natin, okay? So, bago ko muna simulan, so batiin ko muna yung ibang mga bueno manong nag-message sa ating FB page. So sa nakikita ko po dito, si Tristan James Olivar watching from Parayao Centro Elementary School, Binmali, Pangasinan. So good afternoon po. Ayan, kay Tristan. And also binabati ko rin ang aking mga masusugid na mga manonood na students and teachers from different places po. Okay? So sa ating duties of the week, nung week 3, so unahin na natin. Congratulations to you. Ang ating Mati-Mati-Isinyan Award ay mapupunta kay Nerwin Pinegal Jr. Congratulations, Nerwin Pinegal Jr. So ito yung lagi kong nasasabi at lagi nasasabi din ni Tutor Prince. Last week, yung Mati-Mati-Isin yan kasi siya ay sumagot sa ating homework at sa mga una ay hindi niya nakukuha ang tamang sagot hanggang sa finally, nakuha niya na din ang final answer natin. So, dapat tamang-tama yung ganyang attitude. Dapat be patient in answering mathematics problems. So, muli, congratulations to you, Nerwin Negal Jr. At of course, sundan ko na rin. Ito ang ating suking solvemate. Ang ating solvemate for week 3 ay si Enaj Erica J. Galang. Congratulations to you, Enaj Erica J. Galang, ang ating solvemate last week. So yung solvemate naman po ay yung talagang sobrang galing sa math na sa unang attempt pa lang ay talagang namang na-solve na ang ating homework. So muli, congratulations to you, Enaj. And syempre, karagdagan kay Enaj ay isa pang solvemate natin. So ito, bago lang siya sa ating ETUlay na nakakuha ng ating award. Another solvemate ay si Maria Erian May B. Zacarias. Congratulations to you. Ikaw rin ang ating solvemate last week. Kasama mo rin si Enaj dahil ginalingan ninyo ang pagsagot sa ating math problem last week. Okay, so to start off, ayan, so muli, ito po yung problem natin last week sa mga nakamiss po ng ating problem. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, a new gasoline price scheme is given by Mariluz Gas Station to help our drivers. On their purchase, the first 4 liters cost 120 pesos, while the succeeding 1.5 liters would cost 10 pesos more than the cost of a liter. If John bought 17.5 liters, how much should he pay? So to solve the problem, what you're going to do is, of course, you're going to determine first the amount of gasoline per liter. So since 120 liters is, 120 pesos rather, is 4 liters. So to get the price of each liter, so we divide 120 pesos by 4. So that is 30 pesos per liter. And then each succeeding 1.5 liters daw will be 10 pesos more than the cost of a liter. So ibig sabihin, kapag nakakuha kayo ng additional na 1.5 liters, so you are going to have 30 pesos plus 10 pesos since the price of a liter is 30 pesos. So therefore, you have 30 plus 10 is 40. And then afterwards, we will determine the price John has to pay for the 17.5 liters he purchased can be computed as follows. So ang kailangan nyong gawin is you have 4 liters of the 17.5 that costs 120 pesos. So you will subtract 4 liters from 17.5 liters. So isusubtract nyo yan. And then what's next? You are going to have 17.5 minus 4, which is 13.5 liters. And then after that, once you get the difference, 13.5, you will divide that by 1.5 to determine the price of, to determine how many liters of gasoline yung additional. So that is 13.5 divided by 1.5. So again, if you remember our lesson last meeting on dividing fractions, so we keep, flip, and change But in this case, since we have mixed numbers, so we have to change them to improper fractions. So this 27 halves divided by 3 halves, so that will become 27 halves times 2/3. Or since they have the same denominators, yung shortcut way natin last week, kung natatandaan ninyo, you just simply cancel the denominators 2 and then we divide the numerator. So 27 divided by 3 and that is equivalent to 9. So therefore we have 9 liters. Ayan nga po. So if you do the cancellation or the KFC and then we cancel, we'll get also 9 as shown on your screens right now. And of course, since 9 liters yung karagdagang gasoline ni John, so we have to multiply that by 40 pesos since there are 9 1.5 in 13 and a half. So therefore, we have 9 multiplied by 40 pesos and that is 360 pesos. And then our last step will be, you will add 360 pesos to 120 pesos yung na-purchase niya na first 4 liters. So that is 480 pesos. So therefore, our final answer is 480 pesos. So good job sa ating mga nakakuha ng tamang sagot. So muli, maraming salamat po. At hopefully, makisagot ulit kayo sa ating homework mamaya-maya. Okay? So handa na bang lahat? Handa na po ba tayo? Okay, kung handa na pong lahat, let's get started. So muli, pang ating ETUlay online tutorial. And this is Mathematics Grade 6. And we are now on quarter 1, week number 4. And our lesson for today is about addition and subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000ths. Okay. So last meeting, tapos na tayo sa fractions. We have done addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of fractions. This time, we do decimals. Okay. So again, kami po ni Tutor Prince ang inyong mga kasama. So in behalf of Tutor Prince, ako muna ang inyong mga kasama this afternoon. So abangan niyo po kami every Friday sa ating Facebook and YouTube pages, sa ating DepEd EdTech Unit, DepEd Tayo, DepEd Philippines, DepEd EdTech, at DepEd TV. That is every Friday po, 1 p.m. to 1:40 p.m. Okay? So muli, maraming salamat po. And nagpapasalamat po tayo sa ating mga dear teachers na gumawa ng ating modules for today. Ayan, mula po sa Division Office. So ito po yung mga bumubuo sa ating development team of the modules sa ating author, Ma'am Charlene Joy, Alingalan Estimera, editors, Ma'am Maria Porcia Galanto, Rebecca Billones, and Ma'am Colleen Sales. Ganun din sa ating mga reviewers, illustrators, layout artists, and management team. Maraming salamat po sa pagpapagamit po ninyo ng modules for our DepEd ETUlay online tutorial this afternoon. And again, since we are talking about addition and subtraction, so we have 2 modules for this afternoon. So muli, nagpapasalamat ulit kami sa ating author, Ma'am Charlene Joy, Alingaran Estimera, sa ating editors, Ma'am Maria Porcia Galanto, Ma'am Rebecca Billones, and Ma'am Colleen Sales. And of course, sa ating mga reviewers, illustrator, layout artist, and management team. Okay. So, bago muna ako magsimula, mabilis lang po na pagbate. Okay lang po ba? Ayan. So, mula kay Ma'am Shirich Galyema Canapi, watching from Balzain East Elementary School. Ganon din si Ma'am Tricia May Florentino, watching from Balzain East Elementary School. Kay Ma'am Susan Gamboa, good afternoon, watching from San Antonio Elementary, Lubao North, from Division Office, Pampanga. Good afternoon po. And of course, kay Jared Telan, watching from Balzain East Elementary School. Ayun, mula sa aking kumpare ulit, good afternoon, paring Mark Jason. Idol ka din, pare. Okay, so objectives of our lesson for this afternoon. So we are going to have the following. At the end of the session, you will be able to add and subtract decimals and mix decimals through 10,000ths without or with regrouping. And of course, hindi pa rin mawawala, kasama na sa buhay natin yan sa mathematics, ang pagsosolve ng one-step or multi-step routine and non-routine problems involving addition and slash or subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals using appropriate problem-solving strategies and tools. Okay, kung handa na pong lahat, Eto na po tayo. So, let's have addition and subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000. So, the question is, how do we add and subtract decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000s? Malalaman natin yan sa ilang sandali. So, for now, I'll be presenting to you lesson number 1. Ayan. Sa ating lesson number 1, adding decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000s without regrouping. Okay? So para simulan na ating lesson, let's have a word problem. Ayan. So according to the word problem, let us read and study this problem. Ayan. John decided to go to San Miguel Church in the nearby town by riding a motorcycle. For the first 1 minute, he recorded that he had traveled. Okay, so the improper way of reading that is 0.0437. But for formality purposes, we will be reading it according to what you have learned on reading decimals. So that is read as 437 10,000 kilometers. So again, that's 437 10,000 kilometers. And 3 and 6,112 10,000 kilometers for the next 10 minutes. The question is, what is the total distance traveled by John for 11 minutes? So we will find out what is the total distance traveled by John for 11 minutes. So hopefully you already read and studied the problem. So let us try to answer the following questions. How will you know the total distance that John has traveled? So of course, to determine the total distance, of course, you will add because you have the keyword total, right? So you're going to get the sum of 437,000, 10,000 kilometers and 3 and 6,112 10,000 kilometers. So can you now solve the problem? What process will you use to find the answer? So as I said a while ago, we will do the addition because of the word total. Okay, so to get started, we will write first our addition equation. So our addition equation can be written in this form. We have 437 10,000s plus 3 and 6,112 10,000s is equal to n. So n there represents the total distance traveled by John for 11 minutes. So to add decimals without regrouping, so we will start with the first step. So first step, you will write and arrange the numbers vertically. Align the decimal points and use 0 as placeholder if needed. So make sure lamang whenever we add decimals, kailangan pantay ang pagkakasulat at importante din na nakapantay ang ating mga decimal points o yung ating tuldok, no? So kinakailangan pantayin. Also, the numbers or the digits rather, the digits of each decimal ay kailangan nakasulat din accordingly based on their place value. So magkakapantay yung ating tenths digit, hundreds digit, thousandths digit, 10,000s digit, and so on. Okay? And so with the whole numbers as well. So again, you will use 0 as a placeholder if possible. You will only use 0 if there are spaces. Okay? So step number 2, okay, just like addition of full numbers, you're going to add the digits from right to left. Right? So we will start first with the 10,000s place. So you have 7 plus 2 equals 9, definitely. And then step number 3, add the digits in the thousands place. So we have 3 plus 1 is 4. Step 4, add the digits in the hundreds place. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Step 5, add the digits in the tenths place. We have 0 plus 6 is 6. And since we have a decimal point, so we have to place the decimal point there. Again, dapat pantay ang pagkakasulat natin ng ating mga digits sa decimals. And of course, step number 7, our last step, you will now add the whole numbers or add the digits in the ones place. So in our case, 0 plus 3 is 3. So therefore, we have 437 10,000s plus 3 and 6,112 10 thousandths is equal to 3 and 6,549 10 thousandths. And that is the answer to our word problem. So therefore, John traveled the total distance of 3 and 6,549 kilometers. So very good sa ating mga sumagot ng tama. Ayan. Make sure lamang that whenever you answer word problems, my dear students, make sure to put the appropriate unit of measurement used. So in our case, tama ang mga sumagot, like si Pauline Ray. Ayan, 3 and 6,549 kilometers. Si James Joseph Estacio Bumatay, very good. And also si Tristan James Olivar and Trisha May Florentino. Okay, let's see if you understood the lesson. Let's have a quick practice. But before that, let's have again the steps, recap. So adding decimals. So first step, we add the decimal points in a straight column. Use 0 as a placeholder if needed. And then step number 3, add just like adding whole numbers. Number 4, place a decimal point in the sum. And number 5, align the decimal point in the sum with the decimal points in the addends. Okay, so let's get started. Quick practice, exercise number 1. Let us see if you can answer our problem for this afternoon. So let's have this. Perform the indicated operation. Write your answers on your answer sheet. But in our case, just type it in our comment in our FB page. What is the sum if 4 and 4,160 10 thousandths is added to 6 and 5,135 10 thousandths? So let's see. Can you add them all? Can you add the two decimal numbers as fast as you can? Okay, so I think we have already student got the correct answer. So ang naunang sumagot based on what I have observed is si James Joseph Estacio Bumatay. So sumunod din sila Pauline Ray and Trisha May Florentino. The answer is 10 and 9,295 10,000. So let us see if you got the answer correctly. So again, we have 4 and 4,160 to be added by 6 and 5,135. So again, make sure to align the digits of our decimals. Magkakapantay dapat. So we have this. So we add 0 plus 5 is 5. 6 plus 3 is 9. 1 plus 1 is 2. 4 plus 5 is 9. And then we have to put the decimal point. 4 plus 6 is 10. So therefore, our answer is 10 and 9,295 10 thousandths. Very good. Congratulations. Ayan, very good din. Humabol din si Tristan James Olivar and Kyle Trumata. Let's proceed to the next problem. Let's have this. Mangwan bought 3 pieces of watermelon. If the weights of the 3 watermelons are 2 and 2,103 kilograms, 3 and 214 10 thousandths kilograms, and 2 and 6,682 kilograms. How many kilograms of watermelons did Mangwan buy? Okay, let's see. Can you add the given numbers? Okay, so again, while waiting for the answer, batiin ko lang yung mga iba na hindi ko nabate. So si Violan Corillo, watching from Balzain East Elementary School. Ayan, good afternoon po. Ayan, may mga sumagot na ng tama. Okay, so ang nauna ngayon ay si Pauline Ray, sinundan ni James Joseph, and Trisha May Florentino. So the correct answer is 7 and 8,999 10 thousandths kilograms. So let us see if you answered correctly. So again, you have to add the following decimals. 2 and 2,103 plus 3 and 214 thousandths plus 2 and 6,682 10 thousandths. So 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 2 is 9. 0 plus 1 is 1, plus 8 is 9. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 6 is 9. 2 plus 0 is 2, plus 6 is 8. And then we put the decimal point. 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 is 7. So therefore, our answer is 7 and 8,999 kilograms. So make sure, kids, you put the appropriate unit. Okay. So very good sa mga nakakuha ng tama. Pahabol din kay Kyle Trumata. Okay, so we are done with addition of decimals without regrouping. This time, let's have lesson number 2, adding decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000s with regrouping. Okay, so let's have again this problem. Sharon's mother told her to sell banana chips to her classmates. She traveled the distance of 3 and 2,547 kilometers from her home to school. In the afternoon, she went to the next barangay to sell the remaining banana chips, and she traveled another 1 and 5,569 kilometers. The question is, what is the total distance traveled by Sharon, or did Sharon travel? Okay, so let us see if you can still answer the problem. So in our case, make sure to read and study the problem. What information is given in the problem? What is the information? Of course, you're given distance of 3 and 2,547 kilometers, and another distance of 1 and 5,569 10,000 kilometers. Then what should be done first so that you will have an idea on what to do? Of course, what we're going to do first? Of course, you will do the addition, right? And why addition? Of course, you have the keyword total. So since you have the keyword total distance, so we are referring to addition. So how are we going to solve for the total distance? Of course, you will add. So again, our equation will be as follows. 3 and 2,547 10,000s plus 1 and 5,569 10,000s is equal to n. So let us see, how do we add decimals? So just like what we did earlier, we do the same steps. So step 1, we write and arrange the numbers vertically, align the decimal points, and use 0 as placeholder if possible. So you have that. So pantay, make sure na pantay ang pagkakasulat natin ng ating digits. Pantay ang 10,000s, ang thousands, ang hundreds, ang tenths, pati decimal point. Importante sa lahat, dapat nakapantay ang decimal point. And of course, the whole numbers. Step number 2, we add the digits in the 10,000s place. So again, we will add from right to left. So in this case, you have 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. And then, since we have 16 as our sum, so we have to regroup 1, or we carry 1 and put it on the next place value, which is the thousands place, or the thousands digit. So step number 3, we have to add the digits in the thousands place. So we have now 1 plus 4 plus 6. So 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 6 is 11. And since again we have 11, so we have to regroup 1, or we carry on 1 to the next place value, which is the hundreds place. Step 4, we add the hundreds place. 1 plus 5 plus 5. So that is 11. And again, we carry 1 to the next place, which is the tenths place. We add now the digits in the tenths place. And then regroup if necessary. So we have 1 plus 2 plus 5. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 5 is 8. So we do not have to regroup in our case. And then we have step 6. We will place the decimal point. And lastly, add the whole number. So you add the digits in the ones place. So the answer will be 4 and 8,116 10,000. So did the kids got correctly? Yes. So very good talaga tong mga kids natin, no? Sina James Joseph, Trisha May, Kyle, and Pauline. Wow, same people. Okay, so therefore, Sharon has traveled 4 and 8,116 kilometers in all. So again, we have to put the indicated unit. So in our case, tama yung ginawa ni na James, Joseph, and Trisha May. Ayan. So very good. Again, kids, do not forget, since that is a word problem, you always put the appropriate unit of measurement. Okay, so let's have the next. But before that, we have again the steps. So actually, the steps are just the same with the previous one, but the only thing is nadagdag lang yung sentence natin na regroup if necessary. So that is if we have decimals that we have to apply regrouping. So magre-regroup lang tayo kung kinakailangan. Okay? So let's have again another exercise. So we have this read and solve. Again, chat your answers in our FB comment box. Charlene wants to sue Pretty Pillowcases. She has 1 and 28 hundredths meters of pink cloth, 1 and 56 hundredths meters of green cloth, and 459 thousandths meter of yellow cloth. Taken together, how many meters of cloth does Charlene have? Okay, so kindly perform the operation. Again, kids, this is a word problem. So make sure that you answer with the unit of measurement. Okay, napakabilis talaga mag-solve ni James Joseph. So, nauna kagad siya. Sige, hintay pa tayo. At habang naghihintay, babati mo na ako. Okay lang. So, batiin ko lang. Ayan, si Janu Benedict Caritero. Good afternoon, post. Ayan, kay Kyle Trumata, watching from Balzain East Elementary School. Kay Mary Rose PD, good afternoon. I am Kent Lawrence T. Andrade from Look, Lapu-Lapu City, Look Elementary School. Wow, all the way from Lapu-Lapu City. Cebu yata to, I suppose. Okay, and watching then today. Wow, ang aking mga former students. Hello, Angelo, Miguel, Jacob, and Daniel Ancabel. Naku, mga senior high na to ngayon eh. Good afternoon sa inyo, mga anak. And also, we have si Ma'am M. Si Chon. Mamia, good afternoon po here in the Philippines, but good evening there in Canada. Okay, so let's see. I think the kids got the correct answer. So the answer is 3 and 299 thousandths meters. So let us see if they got it correctly. So we have to add the following decimals, 1 and 28 hundredths plus 1 and 56 hundredths plus 459 thousandths. So let us see. So since there are spaces, so that's the time you're going to put 0 as a placeholder. So we now add. So again, we start from the thousands place. So again, we add from right to left. 0 plus 0 plus 9 is 9. 8 plus 6 is 14. Plus 5 is 19. Carry 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 5 is 8. Plus 4 is 12. Carry 1. And then we put the decimal point, of course. Then 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 is, of course, 3. So therefore, our answer is 3 and 299 thousandths meters. Very good. Ang gagaling ng ating mga students. Ayan, okay. So let's now go to our next topic. Lesson number 3. O, diba? Napakasimple lang mag-add ng decimals. So this time we now do subtraction. So lesson number 3, subtracting decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000ths without regrouping. So let us see if you can answer this word problem. Kindly read and study. So it says, Joyce loves to take a walk from home to school every morning. The distance of school from their home is 2 and 6,793 10,000 kilometers. Before going to school, her mother asked her to deliver the bread to her aunt on the next block, which is 1 and 3,201 10,000 kilometers away from their home. How many kilometers does she need to walk from her aunt's house to school? Okay. Ba, may mga May mga sagot na ang iba. Nauna ulit si James Joseph. Talagang very active talaga itong si James Joseph. Okay, sige. Let us see. Ganun pa man, let us see if he got the correct answer. If he got the correct answer rather. Okay, so let us see kung tama. So it says, what is asked in the problem? So ano nga ba yung hinahanap natin? So we are asked to find how many kilometers she needs to walk from her aunt's house to school. So ibig sabihin, ilang kilometro pa ang kailangan niyang lakarin mula sa bahay ng kanyang tita papuntang school. Kung titingnan ng problem, ang distansya daw mula sa school mula sa bahay papuntang school is 2 and 6,793 kilometers. Pero base sa problem, bago siya pumunta ng school, pumunta muna siya sa bahay ng tita niya. So mula sa bahay nila, Joyce, hanggang sa bahay ng kanyang tita, ang distance na nilakad niya is 1 and 3,201 kilometers. But the distance from the school from their home is 2 and 6,793 10,000 kilometers. So the question is, how many kilometers she needs to walk? Ilang kilometro pa ang kailangan niya lakarin mula sa bahay ng kanyang tita papuntang school? So can you solve the given problem? What process will you use to find the answer? Of course, you will use subtraction. Bakit subtraction? Kasi nakalagay sa taas. Ayan, subtracting decimals. Hindi, just kidding. Siyempre, subtraction ang inyong gagamitin. Okay? Sige. So therefore, we now do subtraction. So to get the answer, we can write the subtraction equation as follows. So we have 2 and 6,793 minus 1 and 3,201 10,000s. I forgot, sorry. Repeat ko. 2 and 6,793 10,000s minus 1 and 3,201 10,000s is equal to n. So again, n is the distance Joyce needs to walk from her aunt's house to school. So yun yung kailangan pang distansya ni Joyce mula sa bahay ng kanyang tita papuntang school. So you have to subtract. So therefore, what are you going to do? So we have to follow the steps in subtracting decimals. So to subtract decimals, we have to do the following. So first step, you write and arrange the numbers vertically and then align the decimal points. Use 0 as placeholder if needed. So again, just like what we did earlier, in addition, so we also do the same thing with subtraction. But again, this is subtraction. Okay, so we have to subtract from right to left. So that is from the 10,000s place up to the whole numbers. So in our case, let's start with the 10,000s place. So 3 minus 1 is 2, definitely. Step 3, subtract the digits in the thousands place. So we have 9 minus 0 is 9. And then step 4, subtract the digits in the hundreds place. So you have 7 minus 2 is 5. And then step 5, subtract the digits in the tenths place. So we have 6 minus 3, and that is 3. 3. And then step 6, we have to place the decimal points. So again, kailangan pantay ang pagkakasulat natin. And lastly, step 7, subtract the whole numbers. Subtract the digits in the ones place. So we have 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So therefore, we have our answer. 2 and 6,793 minus 1 and 3,201 is equal to 1 and 3,592 10,000s. So we have our final answer. Therefore, 1 and 3,592 10,000 kilometers is the distance that Joyce needs to walk. So yun na lang yung kailangan niya. So ang unang sumagot ng tama base sa nakita ko ay yung ginawa ng iba daw ay addition. So correction, kids, that should be subtraction. So base sa una ko nakita, si Pauline Ray. Congratulations, Pauline Ray. And you also put the correct units, 1 and 3,592 10,000 kilometers. Okay, so let's have an exercise. So let's see. But before that pala, again, when two decimals are subtracted, so same process, just like in addition, we have to align the decimal points in a straight column, use zero as placeholder if needed, subtract just like subtracting whole numbers, place a decimal point in difference, and lastly, align the decimal point in the difference with the decimal points in the minuend and subtrahend. Okay, so let us see if you understood our lesson. Let's have an exercise. So again, you have to answer and put your answers in our chat box. What is the difference if 2 and 316 thousandths is subtracted from 6 and 5,165 10,000? So be careful of our given. So again, we have to find the difference if 2 and 316 10 2 and 316 thousandths is subtracted from 6 and 5,165 10,000. So let us see who will get the correct answer. Okay. Uy, may sumagot na agad. So, ayan. So, muli maraming salamat po sa ating mga nanonood. Ayan. So, we have the following. Okay, so we have Pauline Ray, Trisha May. Okay, ano to? Bakit may negative sign yung kay James Joseph? Mhm. Okay, and we have Kyle Trumata. So they all got the same answer. The correct answer daw, according to them, is 4 and 2005 10,000. Okay. So if the question is like this, so we have the word from, subtracted from. So automatically, ibig sabihin, pag tinagalog natin yan, si 2 and 316 thousandths daw, ibabawas mo sa 6 and 5,165 10,000. So therefore, ang 6 and 5,165 10,000 will be your minuend. Okay? So siya yung ating minuend. And of course, si 2 and 316 thousandths will be your subtrahend. So definitely, 6 and 5,165 should be subtracted by 2 and 316 thousandths. So again, we have 6 and 5,165 10,000ths subtracted by 2 and 316 thousandths. So in our case, we have a space there. Napindot lang daw ni James Joseph yung negative. Okay, sige. Thank you, James. So we have to add 0 on our space there because again, 0 acts as a placeholder. So we now subtract. So 5 minus 0 is 5. 6 minus 6 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. 5 minus 3 is 2. And again, we have to put the decimal point there. We have 6 minus 2 is 4. So therefore, we have the final answer. 4 and 2005 10,000. Very good to those who answered correctly. Ang gagaling ng ating mga students. So hopefully, nakukuha nyo na kids kung paano ang pagsusubtract. Okay, let's have another exercise. Mabilis lang. Ayan. It says, Floor, a fruit vendor, buys 56 and 205 thousandths kilograms of mangoes to increase her stocks. She has now a total stock of 97 and 6,081 10,000 kilograms of mangoes. The question is, how many kilograms are there on her stocks before adding her new stocks? Okay, so that is our problem. So what you're going to do, analyze the problem, read and study the problem. So make sure you know what operation are you going to use. So again, I will read the problem while waiting for the answers. It says, Floor, a fruit vendor, buys 56 and 205 hundredths kilograms of mangoes to increase her stocks. She has now a total stock of 97 and 6,081 kilograms, 97 and, sorry, 97 and 6,081 10,000 kilograms of mangoes. How many kilograms are there on her stocks before adding her new stocks? So therefore, I think we have already the answers. So nauna is si Pauline Ray, followed by Trisha May and Kyle Trumata. Again, this is a word problem. So make sure, kids, you have to put the appropriate units. Okay, so we have there kilograms, or to complete kilograms of mangoes. So we now subtract 97 and 6,081 10,000s by 56 and 205 thousandths. So again, we have there space, so we have to put 0. So we now subtract. So 1 minus 0 is 1, 8 minus 5 is 3, 0 minus 0 is 0, 6 minus 2 is 4, and then 7 minus 6 is 1, and 9 minus 5 is 4. So therefore, we have 41 and 4,031 kilograms of mango. So therefore, we have to put the appropriate unit of measurement. So we have 41 and 4,031 10,000 kilograms of mangoes. So, very good naman ang ating mga kids. They got the correct answer. Okay, so hopefully, you done it correctly as well sa inyong mga bahay at sa mga nanonood ngayon. Okay, so let's proceed to our last lesson before we end. So I'm subtracting decimals and mixed decimals through 10,000s with regrouping. So this time with regrouping naman. So let's take this problem. It says a working table is 5 and 3,854 10,000 feet long. It is to be extended just a little to 8 and 73 thousandths feet. The question is, how long does it extend? So that is our problem. Last problem for this session. So we have to analyze the problem. What information is given in the problem? So definitely you have the measure of the working table, and it is to be extended. So you have to extend the working table, and the measure should be 8 and 73 thousandths feet. So how are you going to solve for it? Of course, you're going to use subtraction. So because we need to know ilang o gaano kahaba na lang ang kailangan nating i-extend para mabuo yung 8 and 73 thousandths feet ng table. Okay, so far, we are still waiting for the other kids to solve. But for the meantime, I'll just explain the steps. So, of course, you're going to use subtraction. No? So, you will subtract 8 and 73 thousandths by 5 and 3,854 10,000ths place. So, that's equal to n. Again, n is the distance or the measure of the working table na kailangan pang i-extend, no? Okay, so let us see how we will solve the problem. So we have to subtract 8 and 73 thousandths by 5 and 3,854 10,000. So let us have the first step. So step number 1, again, just like what we did earlier, write and arrange the numbers vertically and align the decimal point. So pagpantayin-pantayin nyo ulit yung decimal point, especially yung decimal point, nakapantay. And of course, as well as the digits in each place value. So pantay dapat ang tenths digit, hundreds, thousandths, 10,000ths digit, and of course the whole numbers as well. Then, we fill in the empty spaces with 0. So in our case, since there is no 0 at the end of 8 and 73 thousandths rather, so we have to put 0 in the 10,000ths digit. So we now do the step number 2. So step 2 is to subtract from right to left. Column by column, of course. or place value by place value. So we start with the 10,000th digit. And again, regroup if necessary. So in our case, since we have to subtract 0 by 4, so 0 minus 4 is cannot be. So what are you going to do? You are going to borrow 1 from 3 in the thousands place. So we have now 2 and 0 there in the 10,000s place will become 10. So we now have 10 minus 4 and 10 minus 4 is 6. And then, sunda lang natin, step 3, you now have to subtract the digits in the, and the thousands place. And then again, regroup if necessary. So natira kanina is 2. So 2 minus 5 is cannot be. So what are you going to do? You need to borrow 1 from 7. So 7 will become 6 and 2 will become 12. So we now have 12 minus 5 is 7. And then step number 4, subtract the digits in the hundreds place. Regroup if necessary. So we have 6 minus 8. 6 minus 8 is cannot be. So we have to borrow 1 from 9. So we now have 16 minus 8. And since that is 0, and we borrow 1 from and we borrow 1 from 0 there, so dun sa whole number, you will again borrow 1 from 8. So that will become 7. And the 0 there will become 9 kasi na borrow na natin ng 1. So we now have 16 minus 8 and that is 8. And we have step 5. You have to subtract the digits in the 10th place. So na-regroup na natin kanina. So we now have 9 minus 3. And 9 minus 3 is 6. And again, you have the decimal point. So we have to place the decimal point. And lastly, we have to subtract the whole numbers or subtract the digits in the ones place. So base sa nakita ko, ang unang sumagot ng correct answer ay si Kyle Trumata. But again, Kyle, do not forget the units. So we have 2 and 2. Sorry. Si Trisha May pala. I stand corrected. Trisha May Florentino. 2 and 6,876 10,000. So our final answer is 2 and 6,876 10,000. So that is our answer. The working table should be extended by 2 and 6,876 feet long. So that's our final answer. So again, very good. Sa mga sumagot ng tama, palakpakan. Ayan. And again, we have the steps. So same steps just like what we did earlier. And again, ang only step lang na nadagdag dyan is to regroup if necessary. So para lang din naman kayo nagsusubtract ng whole numbers, but this time, you have involving decimals naman. Okay, so let's have again one last exercise before we end. Ayan. So you are craving for mango float. So let's see if you can answer the problem. You are craving for mango float. Sarap. Nahagutom naman. Your recipe needs 3 and 5/10 kilograms of mangoes. If you have 1 and 783 thousandths kilograms of mangoes, how many more kilograms do you need? Nakakagutom bigla. Siguro yung mga natirang mangoes, yun yung natira doon sa stocks kanina ni Floor. Ayan. So again, you have the problem. You are craving for mango float, tiramisu, tiramoko ng mango float. Ayan. Your recipe needs 3 and 5/10 kilograms of mangoes. If you have 1 and 783 thousandths kilograms of mangoes, how many more kilograms do you need? Okay. So, ayan. May nakakuha na kaya ng tama? At habang hinihintay natin, may mga bumabati ba sa atin ngayon? Ayan, si Ma'am, nawala. Ayun, si Roy G. Bib. Totoo pangalan mo, Roy G. Bib? Color ng rainbow to ah. Wow, ang ganda ng pangalan mo. Roy G. Bib. Resurrection. Good afternoon po, watching from Bonga Menor Elementary School. Wow. Good afternoon, Roy G. Bib. Wow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Wow, beautiful, beautiful name. Okay, so I think the students got it correctly. So the answer is 1 and 717 thousandths kilograms of mangoes. But for formality, let us check and solve. So 3 and 5/10 subtracted by 1 and 783 thousandths. So since we have spaces there, we have to add zeros. So we now have 3 and 500 thousandths subtracted by 1 and 783 thousandths. So 0 minus 3s cannot be. So borrow 1 from 0 here. So this will become 9 and this will become 10. And this will become 4. Right? So you have 10 minus 3 is 7. We have 9 minus 8 is 1. And then 4 minus 7 is cannot be. So we borrow 1 from the whole number 3. So this will become 2 and this will become 14. So 14 minus 7 is 7. And then 2 minus 1 is 1. So therefore, our correct answer is 1 and 717 thousandths kilograms of mangoes. Job well done, grade 6 students. Ayan. So hopefully, you have learned a lot from our lesson this afternoon about addition and subtraction of decimals and mixed decimals with or without regrouping up to 10,000 place. Okay? So before I end the session, isang mabilis lang na homework, kids. Please use the hashtag Math6Q1 Week 4. And please, hopefully, kagaya ng ginawa kanina ng ating mga cuties of the week, sina Nerwin, Enaj, and Arian, hopefully ma-feature din kayo sa ating next session next week po. So again, to answer this homework, please send it in our ETUlay FB page and please use the hashtag Math6Q1 Week 4. So the problem is Zia, Kara, and Shaina have 457 pesos and 75 centavos together. Kara has 15 pesos and 25 centavos more than Zia, and Shaina has twice as much money as Kara. How much money does each of them have? So again, once more, Zia, Kara, and Shaina have 457 pesos and 75 centavos together. Kara has 15 pesos and 25 centavos more than Zia, and Shaina has twice as much money as Kara. How much money does each of them have? So that is our homework. And please submit your answers in our DepEd ETUlay FB page. And please use the hashtag Math6Q1 Week 4. And that is the end of our lesson. For comments or suggestions, please do email us at edtech@deped.gov.ph. And of course, thank you so much for listening. Again, I'm Tutor Andre, your Math Bay. So hopefully makasama ko by next meeting si Tutor Prince, ang ating Prince of Math. So hope to see you soon, grade 6 students, and maging na rin sa ating mga teachers, parents, and sa lahat-lahat ng mga manonood. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Keep safe and God bless.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!